Hi guys, Mr Singh back again, and today I am going to be showing you how to make salt and chili chips that you might get from the Chinese, but homemade style, right? So you're only going to need a few things today. Obviously chips, so pre-cook your chips. Chinese salt and chili seasoning, you can get that from like BM Bargains or Home Bargains. I've not seen it in the supermarkets. Bit of oil, your wok where all the magic and madness is going to happen. Right, and I've already pre-chopped the ingredients, but here you've got some green peppers, finely diced. Mushrooms, optional. I'm just going to try it in today. I've never tried it before in with the salt and chili chips. Onions, long and thinly sliced, not diced. 2 cloves of garlic, and 2 chilies. One which I've chopped, and the other one which I'm going to do in a second. Right, so. So get your wok on, get some oil in there. I've already put the oil in. I'm just going to let that heat up. And we're going to put the mushrooms and onions in first because those take the longest. So just give that another second to heat up or so. I'm going to show you a little hack on how to get your chilies really nice and small. It's not the best angle, give you that, but you can just see it. So what you want to do is keep the stalk of the chili on, right, and that'll give you a nice guide. So if you hold the chili down, straighten it, and just straight through the middle like that, right? So you've cut exactly through half of it. Then spin it to the other side, and then you're just going to do the same. So there's chili splits, and it literally splits into 4, like that. See that? And then you put it all back together, and then when you chop that, it chops it in nice, tiny, small pieces, so it's nice and fine. And then that way, when you stir it into your chips, or into the base of your veg and seasoning, it's going to mix in really nicely and not just clump together. And the chili will just spread out, all that flavour will spread out nice and evenly, right? So that's a little top tip for you. Onions in, mushrooms in. And like I say, onions and mushrooms take the longest. Mushrooms because they've got the water in, and that needs to soak out and evaporate, and the onions just because they do. So get those in, nice little stir. And I'll be back once those are almost ready. So just obviously check the temperature of your gas, make sure it's not too high, you want it on a medium-ish flame, so that it gives the time for the onions to get done, but not too fast because obviously the mushrooms are going to take a little bit longer. So that's fine, give that a little stir. Let those get done. Onions are starting to soften, and the water is really starting to come out nicely from the mushrooms. So I'll show you that. Voila! Look at that. It's looking decent. We'll just wait that off a second, and then we'll get ready for the peppers. Alright. In with those. And then you can add the garlic and chilli as well. The reason I don't put the garlic and chilli in first is because it doesn't take that long for them to start browning and burning. Right? So let's have a little of that. Now Give that a little stir around. You can put red peppers, yellow peppers in as well, if you like, just to give it a bit of colour, and obviously an additional bit of flavour from the different veggies that you're going to put in, but I like to just keep it green. Alright. Okay, so that's pretty much all done now. So I'm going to add the chips in. And give that a stir. I'll show you what that looks like. So that's all mixed in nicely now, and it's key to put just the right amount of oil in. So you don't want to be too shy, but obviously don't put loads in. Enough to get your veggies done, and then once you add the chips, enough for it to soak up a tiny touch of oil and make it nice and crispy as well. If you put too little in, then obviously your chips might just stay dry, especially because I've used an air fryer for my chips. Put a nice little touch of oil in there. Just keeps them moist, but also gives it a crispy finish as well. Right, the last thing to add in now is the seasoning. So that's the seasoning there. Don't be shy, don't be shy. There, give that a good old mix. Probably should have used a bigger wok because I haven't got the skills to mix without spilling everywhere. And that's it. Final look at the product there, the end product. All the seasoning sealed in, locked in nicely. Fresh veg, onions, peppers, mushrooms, and obviously a few unhealthy chips, but it's important to treat yourself. Try something new this lockdown. Give that a shot.